G'day all. I've been asked by one of the viewers to show the repair on the B model GE Super Base, why it needed to be repaired and how it was repaired. And it's fairly simple if you've got basic soldering skills and you've got a multimeter, just any everyday multimeter will help you, and a decent soldering iron. I've got a desoldering station over here, so that helps me out a lot. So, but you can use the suction ones or something like that. Okay, I'll just pan out a bit there. So I've got two of these radios. That's the fixed one, and this is the one soon to be fixed. And they both had the same problem. So it's hereditary in these radios that cap, sooner or later, and I'm talking about that cap right there, it's going to leak. Now, bear in mind, this is the underside of the board, and it does a lot of damage. Obviously, the electrolytic compound, they swell up the capacitors. I'm sure people have seen it when they swell up, and that's when all the trouble starts. It's like, it must be under a slight bit of pressure when they swell up, and what it does, it pushes the electrolytic compound down along the tracks like a train track, unfortunately doing a lot of damage. Okay, so I'll just see if I can zoom in there so everyone can see. Sorry about the glare. Right, so let's see, where's my little pointer? Here it is here. Okay, so that, see that there? That's trouble. That is the electrolytic compound working its way along the track. It's working its way on the copper, between the copper and the protective coating of the track. This is some track that I've scraped before because this radio is still not working. I replaced the cap. So the first thing I do, usually I'll clean up a bit of printed circuit board spray cleaner and a toothbrush, give it a quick spray. There's some residual there. I'm not really worried about that. I'm here to fix the radio. And what I've done, I've scraped away some of this corrosion to show you the track. And yeah, that track's had it. You can see it's gone all the way. This electrolytic compound, you know, this could have been happening for 10 years, more. It could have been happening for 6 months, who knows. It's worked its way all the way down here, all the way into this can. So I would assume that my jumper wire is going to be around here somewhere. If this isn't damaged, I'd say it would be. Usually you can tell, you can see all the corrosion there. See, that's not going to work. That's going to stop your radio working straight away. Okay, so that's this radio, soon to be repaired radio, and we'll bounce it over here to the it was repaired. Okay, so this is what's happened. It was scraped back on the track to find somewhere decent to solder. You got to have pretty good soldering skills. And I was soldering a jumper wire from here, following the track all the way down. If you've got a schematic, it's fairly easy to do, to that point there on the board. So that's gone all the way back. You can see, look, the damage here from that electrolytic capacitor. This one's been replaced, obviously. Look at that. That track's had it. That's not working. So the radio's not going to work. And this is the most common fault with Cybernet radio B model boards, is this capacitor and the electrolytic compound and what it does to these tracks. So look at all that. That's all had it. It can be a bit deceiving, but yeah, it's had it. Okay, so that's what happens. Usually you got to use jumper wires. 9 times out of 10. You can be lucky, the electrolytic compound might not have done a lot of damage, but it just depends how long it's been going on for. These radios are built in the 1970s, it's 2023, so it could have been happening for 30 odd years, who knows. But that's probably the most common fault with B model radios, is this board, and it's probably, I don't know if it's an electrolytic problem from the manufacturer. None of the other electrolytic capacitors leak like it, except this one. It's just strange. Even the ones on the top side of the board facing down don't do this. It's just this one cap. For whatever reason, who knows? Anyway, hopefully that answers a few questions on how to repair it. If you're good on the soldering iron, you've got a multimeter, not too hard to fix. And for all those people that have got these radios and they've looked, or they haven't looked, you should look. And if it looks fine, keep an eye on it. But if you're handy with a soldering iron, I'd strongly suggest you change that cap out, especially if it's an original one, and put in a decent one. Don't put in the cheap Chinese knockoff ones. Put in Nichicon or something like that, Panasonic. Yeah, and they'll last forever. Okay, hopefully this video helps you with your B model problems. If you've got any, it's not transmitting, receiving fine, apart from blowing something in the preamp stage. This would be the most common fault on a B model board. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, all that sort of stuff, guys. Hopefully this has been informative for you, and hopefully you can get, for those people who've got a B model sitting around not doing anything, this is usually the first place you look for. Okay, thanks guys, cheers.